Class 11th, Subject Physics, second chapter, Mathematical Methods. From this chapter, let us see the vector product, which is also called as the cross product of two vectors. Let us define first the vector product of two vectors. The vector product of two vectors is a vector whose magnitude is equal to the product of the magnitudes of two vectors and sine of the smaller angle between them, and whose direction is perpendicular to the plane containing the two vectors and is given by the right-handed screw rule. The vector product of two vectors is a vector whose magnitude is equal to the product of the magnitudes of two vectors and sine of the smaller angle between them, and whose direction is perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors, which is given by the right-handed screw rule. And therefore, if P and Q represents two vectors, then in magnitude and direction, the vector product of these two will be written as vector P cross vector Q, which will be equal to PQ sine theta into unit vector U. In magnitude, it will be written as the magnitude of vector P cross vector Q equal to PQ sine theta. Now, if you consider the two vectors P and Q, which are inclined by angle theta, suppose these vectors are lying in the horizontal plane, then if you proceed from vector P to Q, that is, if you consider the screw and if it is kept, that right-handed screw, at the common point between these two vectors, then at that time it will be observed that if the screw is rotated from vector P to vector Q, if the screw is rotated from vector P to vector Q, at that time this theta will be the smaller angle between them, and therefore the vector product of these two vectors, that is vector P cross vector Q, will be given in this direction, that is in the upward direction, because if you rotate the screw from vector P to vector Q, at that time the tip of this screw will proceed in the upward direction, and therefore this vector R will be the vector which will denote the cross product of vector P and vector Q along with UR as the unit vector along this vector R. And therefore in this case vector R will be equal to vector P cross vector Q, which will be equal to PQ sine theta into vector UR. Similarly, again, if two vectors P and Q are in the horizontal plane, and now if you rotate the screw from vector Q to vector P through angle theta, at that time we are rotating that screw from vector Q to vector P. At that time the tip of the screw will proceed in the downward direction, and therefore this vector will represent, suppose that vector S, and therefore that vector S will be equal to vector Q cross vector P, that will be equal to PQ sine theta into vector unit vector US cap. So in this case the tip of the screw will proceed in the downward direction, and therefore the vector S will be directed in the downward direction. Now let us see the characteristics of the vector product. Characteristics of vector product. The first characteristic is the vector product does not obey the commutative law of multiplication. The vector product does not obey the commutative law of multiplication, that is, vector P cross vector Q is not equal to vector Q cross vector P. This is because though their magnitudes are the same, their directions will be different, and due to the directions, or different directions, vector p cross vector q is not equal to vector q cross vector p, but we can say that magnitude of vector p cross q will be equal to magnitude of vector q cross vector p. So their different directions will be responsible for not obeying that commutative law of multiplication. Second characteristic is the vector product obeys distributive law of multiplication. But in this case, the vector product will obey the distributive law of multiplication. That is, if there are three vectors, then we can write vector A cross vector B plus vector C, then it will be equal to vector A cross vector B plus vector A cross vector C. So in this way, the distributive law of multiplication will be obeyed in case of vector product. Third, let us consider some of the special cases for the vector product. So these cases are, first one, if two vectors are parallel to each other. If two vectors are parallel to each other, then we can say that the angle between them theta will be equal to 0, and hence the magnitude of vector p cross vector q will be equal to pq sine theta, but theta is here 0, therefore pq sine 0, sine 0 is 0, and therefore the magnitude of the vector product vector p cross vector q will be equal to 0. That is, if the vectors are parallel to each other, then their vector product is equal to 0, or if the vector product of two non-zero vectors is equal to 0, then the vectors must be parallel to each other. Secondly, if two vectors are anti-parallel. So when the two vectors are anti-parallel, at that time theta will be equal to 180 degree, and therefore vector p cross vector q, its magnitude will be equal to pq sine theta, but theta is equal to 180 degree, and therefore it will be pq sine 180, again sine 180, that is sine pi, equal to 0, and therefore it will be 0. So if the vectors are anti-parallel, then their vector product will be equal to again 0. Similarly, third case, if two vectors are perpendicular to each other. If the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, that is if theta is equal to 90 degree, then the magnitude of vector p cross vector q will be equal to pq sine theta, but theta is 90 degree, and therefore pq sine 90, but sine 90 is equal to 1, and therefore the magnitude of vector p cross vector q will be equal to pq. So these are some of the special cases. Then let us consider the next property, that is characteristic number 4. If two vectors p and q are equal vectors, that is, if vector p is equal to vector q, then the magnitude of the vector product vector p cross vector q will be equal to magnitude of cross product of vector p cross vector p, that will be equal to magnitude of vector q cross vector q, and that will be equal to 0. So if two vectors are equal, then their cross product will be equal to 0. Similarly, let us consider next characteristic, the vector product in terms of rectangular components. The vector product in terms of the rectangular components. So let vector p equal to px I cap plus py j cap plus pz k cap, and vector q equal to qx I cap plus qy j cap plus qz k cap. Now let us take the vector product of these two, and therefore we can write vector p cross vector q equal to px I cap plus py j cap plus pz k cap cross qx I cap plus qy j cap plus qz k cap. Then these three terms of the vector P will be multiplied by these three terms of vector Q, and therefore the cross product will be written as Px I cap cross Qx I cap plus Qy j cap plus Qz k cap, then plus Py j cap cross Qx I cap plus Qy j cap plus Qz k cap, and then plus Pz k cap cross Qx I cap plus Qy j cap plus Qz k cap. So all the three terms of vector P are multiplied by three terms of the vector Q, so that we will get, this will be written as Px Qx I cap cross I cap. So all the terms will be written in this form. Therefore we will get Px Qx into I cap cross I cap plus Px Qy into I cap cross j cap plus Px Qz into I cap cross k cap, then plus Py Qx into j cap cross I cap plus Py Qy into j cross, that is j cap cross j cap, then plus Py Qz j cap cross k cap plus Pz Qx k cap cross I cap plus Pz Qy k cap cross j cap plus Pz Qz into k cap cross k cap. So like this, in the form of product, all these will be written, but we have I cap cross I cap equal to j cap cross j cap equal to k cap cross k cap equal to 0, because these vectors are parallel to each other. Therefore their vector product will be equal to 0. Now for remaining, I cap cross j cap will be equal to k cap, j cap cross k cap equal to I cap, k cap cross I cap equal to j cap, I cap cross k cap equal to minus j cap, then k cap cross j cap equal to minus I cap, and j cap cross I cap will be equal to minus k cap. So this will be remembered by using this small figure. So if I, j and k are written at three vertices of triangle, and if you take the product, that is I cross j, then it is equal to k. If it is j cross k, then it is equal to I. If k cross I, then it will be equal to j. So if you proceed in this manner from I to j, j to k and k to I, then these products will be taken as positive. Instead of that, if you proceed in the reverse direction, that is I cross k, it will be minus j, k cross j equal to minus I, and j cross I will be equal to minus k. So in this way we can write these products. So by taking into account these products, we can write vector P cross vector Q will be equal to 0 plus Px Qy k cap minus Px Qz j cap minus Py Qx k cap plus 0 plus Py Qz I cap plus Pz Qx j cap minus Pz Qy I cap plus 0, and then in short it will be written as, because for k there are two terms, one is positive, another is negative. For j, here it is negative, here it will be positive. For I, it is positive, it is negative, and therefore combining these terms, taking I, j, k common, we can write Py Qz minus Pz Qy into I cap plus PZQX minus PXQZ J cap plus PXQY minus QXPY K cap. So I, J, K are taken common, then first positive term is written and then negative term is written. Now in the form of determinant, the magnitude of this vector product or the vector product itself will be given as, so vector P cross vector Q will be written from this as I, J, K, Px, Py, Pz, Qx, Qy, Qz in the form of determinant. Now this determinant will be solved as I, then this row will be cancelled, then take product of these two minus these two, that is taking cross product, PYQZ, that is PYQZ minus PZQY into I cap. So I cap into product of these two minus these two. Similarly, plus J is taken common here, J into PZQX. So J, this row will be cancelled, then these products will be taken, but here that product will be reversed, that is PZQX minus PXQZ if J is taken as positive. If J is taken as negative, then the product will be PXQZ minus PZQX. Similarly for Z, again K will be taken, K into this will be left now, then PXQY minus PYQX will be written. So like this, that determinant will be simplified. And now let us see the sixth property, that is the magnitude of the vector product is numerically equal to the area of a parallelogram. The magnitude of the vector product of two vectors is numerically equal to the area of a parallelogram. Now vector P and vector Q represents two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Then BD is perpendicular drawn on the base of this parallelogram. So OA represents base and BD will represent height of that parallelogram, that is H. Now angle between vector P and Q is equal to theta. Now we know that the area of a parallelogram is given by the formula area of parallelogram equal to base into height. So that will be equal to base is OA, height is BD, so OA into BD. But from figure, OA is equal to P, OA is equal to P, and this BD, that is the height, BD is opposite side to this angle theta, and therefore this H will be equal to, or BD will be equal to hypotenuse, that is Q, into sine of that angle, that is theta, sine theta. So Q sine theta, and therefore we can write BD is equal to OB sine theta equal to Q sine theta. So as OA is equal to P and BD is equal to Q sine theta, putting these values in above equation, we can write area of parallelogram equal to P Q sine theta. So that will be written as magnitude of the vector product of vector P cross vector Q, and which is nothing but the magnitude of the vector product. Therefore we can say that area of parallelogram is equal to magnitude of the vector product. So this will be regarding the characteristics of vector product or cross product.